it doesn't really matter like who you really love, who you really want to be committed to. Pretty much based on momentarily based on your life and stuff like that. When it comes to episode 5 of Worlds and Harem and that, I do respect the fact and that the MC wants to only love one person, but not just basically doing pleasure around basically just doing pleasures with different girls or anything like that. When it comes to basically in this anime, I'm not saying just basically in real life. I'm just basically like saying, what from what I see from here, what he was talking about, and basically that because he wants to be committed. He doesn't want nobody else to be else in his life. And what that pretty much that means is that he wants to be committed. That's what he really wants to. And being committed to somebody is a true commitment, or sometimes they may end up changing their minds. And I want to personally want to say here is basically that the girl that who he loves the most, I can't remember her name, but in the anime, but she did say she wants to be committed to him. But even though he did say he wants to be committed to her, I want to say here about the lady, what we saw in this anime, the old lady. Is basically that she wouldn't talk about her husband really all that much right now because it caused her a lot of grief and a lot of pain because she really missed her husband really a lot. And the reason why she does because she's very committed to her husband and that she's basically really active. Yes, but one thing I really want to say right here is basically kind of odd to me because like for an old lady like basically like her or something like that, it's basically that she has a lot of experience or something, and she really does. And I think the point what I want to make here is basically is that she sees a lot of things she sees a lot of things that she couldn't even explain, right? Or anything like that. Basically it comes to her time or whatever that baby go through all the situations that she's been from that she's basically just doing basically that she's just doing. But one thing I really want to say here is basically that learning from her experience, basically it's always a good offer to help somebody at those in time and heal when it comes to relationship kind of problems and basically stuff. But one thing I really want to say here also as well too is basically that she thinks that that the MC should basically just go out with the girls that they need him to do, but he doesn't really want to because, like I said before, he wants to be committed to the girl who he really wants to love. He doesn't want to have nobody else because having somebody else is not gonna make a much of a difference. But even though he did say basically in the anime that yeah these girls are pretty and all this stuff like that. But middle is that some of those girls basically out to the world they probably do want him because they want to have a child or basically this. I think this image is kind of like a foolish kind of situation, basically like, relying on just basically like a men, like these men, something like that, basically in this anime, just to make babies and stuff like that. And I don't know why that's so important and basically stuff because that kind of really talks about the world that we live in. Like the birth rate issues basically going on with the United States or other different countries or anything like that. I know that's a political kind of thing that people really do not want to talk about, but I do think that this is basically going to basically become a personal issue when it comes to basically of that, but not just basically of that, but also other different reasons that people really actually basically that they really do believe that they really do believe about not letting the baby live or let it live or if I'm not going to go there with that based on that situation, but I'm just saying. So I mean, there's not really basically a whole lot to basically talk about this episode, but I think that it's just like I said before. I think that the old lady was just basically just telling the MC, like straight up and stuff like that. But there's one other thing I do want to mention is that I think that she was testing him because the reason why she's asking these questions, she wants to know what's really is on the mind of this MC. She really wants to know because she can really can tell like the interesting things that she really wants to hear, but she doesn't want to tell the interesting of the things that she doesn't really want to talk about because it doesn't feel like she needs to talk about it. But even though basically her husband is no longer around anymore. Now the question is he really actually dead? Nobody does not know. Now, with basically the old lady, because she died, that could be a very good possibility that maybe that she could die. But the question is that basically is that someone did a foul play, but I'm not really actually 100% sure who really is the person is. But and I'm willing to say this that I think that this person is probably really upset. Not the, probably really upset because the way some of the comments that the old lady had basically said. But the question is, why did he want her dead in the first place? Nobody doesn't really does not know because I want the person to say is something must be very important that must to make this person really upset and basically that. And that's what it basically feels to me. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm hoping they find out who this person is that really did this. But for some reason, I don't know why they want the old lady to die. Anyways, I don't know why. Maybe there must have been something said that she said that just didn't really that made the person feel really bad and just didn't like the comment system when it comes to opinions and stuff like that. So yeah, but yeah, anyways, that's it for this anime direction. Anime review. Anyways, I know it's I'll see you guys later. Take care. Because I'll say. Don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please like and give me a thumbs up or give me a thumbs down. And please leave a comment below. Anyways, I love you guys. Take care. I hope you have a day. Take care. God bless. Bitches. I love you. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.